Jay-Z.
Yeah, he's been on my show a couple of times. He always called himself a serial collaborator. I remember that.
Jay-Z's been on here?
No, my other show,
Oh.
my TV show. I know you don't know what Daddy does for a living, but I know you don't know, but because there's like so much I would love to know about being a 21-year-old girl.
Like what?
I mean,
So the viral female, Tuah, or as she wants to now be known as Haliey Welch, was recently on, not Real Time with Bill Maher, but his actual podcast that he posted on YouTube, Club Random. And Bill Maher is absolutely obliterated. In a lot of these episodes in Club Random, he drinks way too much. He's very coherent in real time. He discusses politics. He's good at it, whether you agree with him or not. He's at least talented, and he has rather intellectual conversations. That is not the case with Club Random. He drinks, he smokes, and anytime there's a girl, he hits on them. And in this case, with Tuah, he's going to hit on her, offer her a job, tell her she should be a sex expert. Let's see what else. The last 30 minutes, he just discusses music with her. Like, he tells her about the Beatles. She listens to country music. She has no idea about the Beatles. He tries to give her advice, but he also wants to hire her. And he also wants to bank her. This is a bizarre Club Random. He's not creepy the entire time. There's a couple instances where I would say he definitely is, but it's just an odd exchange. But I find it a little fascinating. So I'm going to talk about a few clips from it. And yeah, Bill Maher should lay down the bottle. But he's not going to, because he's Bill Maher. He's single. He's in his 60s. And 60 is the new 40, according to him. And he's horned up. So let's go. Take it away, Bill Maher. Give Tuah great advice that only a father would give, such as you should do a sex podcast. And as far as who is Tuah, well, I mean, come on. I could post a clip of how she got famous. Of course, why not? She goes, Tuah, you gotta speed on that thing.
This is for her.
What?
You gotta answer this. You gotta.
What's one move in bed that makes a man go crazy every time?
Oh, you gotta give him that huck to and spit on that thing. You get me?
I don't get you. I think you gotta demonstrate.
Huck to and spit
No,
on
like-
it. Spit on it.
but I do think broadcasting, because you have already a platform. You know what it is?
I think I could tell him like the weather or something.
I got it already. No.
What you got?
You need to do a podcast. You do it right here on Club Random, if you do it my way. Sex expert. And I'll tell you why. Wait. I'll tell you why. Because you need to, I told you were given this chip. You were given the chip of fame. Now you want to trade that in for something that uses that, but takes it to the next level. You have to trade on what you're already known for. That's the one thing you're known for. So you could do a podcast for, I don't know if there's anything from somebody that age with that point of view, but it couldn't be frivolous. You have to take it seriously.
So we're 14 minutes into the interview, and now we get to, I think, what Bill Maher actually wanted to discuss with her, because he is seemingly serious that he actually wants her to work for him. Now, this seemingly doesn't really go anywhere, because the later half of the episode, they start talking about music and just kind of drift off. As far as I can see, Bill Maher doesn't have anyone who, he doesn't have a podcasting network. You know, he doesn't have his own Spotify. It's just him doing a Club Random. So maybe this would be his first hire, Tuah. And it's funny that he wants her to do a serious podcast, a serious sex expert, Tuah. Yes, this girl is very, very serious. She got famous off a viral video of her being goofy. And in the subsequent interviews, even during this one, I mean, she seems funny enough. I think people think she's going to have 15 minutes of fame, but that doesn't really seem to be the case anymore. Because she has a lot of followers on Instagram. I could check how many she has. I think she has 2 million. So once you have all your social media and you have a lot of followers there, even if you kind of quote-unquote go out of the limelight, if you can even call what she's doing is in the limelight, she's definitely viral. She'll still be able to make some amount of money, do some modeling or speaking gigs or whatever. Introduce people at a club. So yeah, I think he's I think he's trying to do his own Color Daddy podcast. That was a successful podcast, still is. Young girls talking about sex. But the fact that he wants her to do a serious one is kind of ridiculous. She's not a serious person. What advice does she have? Like, if it's like, Tuah, I think I might have gonorrhea. What should I do? Is she going to have the answer for that? Tuah, I missed my period. What should I do next? Tuah, I have some lumps down there. What do you think that it is? Yeah, this is not the person you want to go to. But Bill Maher's, his wheels are spinning. He's trying to think, how can I possibly monetize this? And we'll see. I mean, I'm here for it. I'll make a video on it. Haliey Welch joins Club Random. I think that sounds great.
Could you do that?
Possibly.
And talk about sex, but seriously, serious issues, because there are a lot of really serious issues. I mean, you know, there's one that's related to what made you famous.
Yep.
What? What am I going to say? You have no idea what I'm going to say.
I don't know. I don't know where this is going. I'm kind of
Okay, I'm going to
nervous.
tell you where it's going. You learned that thing about spitting from porn. That's where that came. What? You did. Maybe not directly, but trust me, like that, the idea of spitting, first of all, it's gross. It's not necessary. It never existed before porn. Do you know that? Do you realize that?
Yeah.
And porn is not benign. It is not. And it has warped the minds of the kids in your generation, especially the guys.
Yeah, they come up with some sick shit.
Yes.
People are just...
Yeah, no, I know they are. People are fucking sickos. And, you know, whatever floats your arc, but
Whatever floats your work.
your arc.
So, this is why I was saying he's drinking too much. This is sort of some Bill Maher ramblings. You should do a sex podcast. That's what you should do. But it has to be a serious one. Not one where you're like having fun doing Call Her Daddy or Guys Be Effed. Is that podcast still going on? Do a sex podcast, but also porn's bad and also it's ruining this generation. I mean, it does seem like they're kind of banning porn, at least a little bit. Certain states are like, whether you have to like verify your age. So slowly they're kind of banning it. Or making it harder to access, which, you know, kind of makes sense. They don't want 10-year-olds looking at it, so they're making everyone verify their age. Which, I can't imagine people are doing that. Leave me a comment. Leave me a comment if on a Pornhub you verified your age and sent them your driver's license. You can trust those guys, right? Hey, Pornhub, here's my driver's license. Holy shit, absolutely not.
Yes, the sex expert show. That's a good start. But again, can't be giggly. You can't just be laughing at silly...
Bill Maher, she knows nothing about sex. Why would you possibly have people call in and ask their sex questions to her? Oh my goodness. This is a disaster. This is a lawsuit waiting to happen. You have to really study up on fallopian tubes. Okay, you got it.
I definitely would.
You would?
I definitely would. I'm
Well,
not a serious person.
I'm not saying you can't enjoy yourself. But okay, then we can't do that.
Okay, that's out.
That's out.
Definitely out.
But it's too
Because I'd be
bad.
sitting there going the whole time.
It's too bad because that would be a good thing because people, again, already know you from something sexual.
Mm-hmm.
So they're like, they would go with that, and then we could transition from that to something more broadly, you know. But again, we got to get away from Hawk to Haliey, and we got to get to something new.
Yup. They say, peace. She gone.
So what's your relationship with your mother now?
I still don't speak to her.
Is she better? Is she not on crack?
I wish I could say no.
But you don't know.
I don't keep up with her. I couldn't even tell you where she's at.
Really? And she doesn't try to find you? No?
Nope. I'm fine with it that way.
Well,
I've done this long without her. I don't need her now.
yeah, good for you.
Never have. Because I got my granny girl.
Your granny. Yeah, and she raised you.
Wait, how old are you? And you're not married?
68, never been.
68. How do you feel about an 80-year-old woman?
Oh, honey,
How do you feel about that?
if you only knew the first thing about me. you
What's the
would-
first thing about you?
Well, that I wouldn't be with
I'm not
her.
going to call you Paw Paw or nothing, but hey, I'm trying to throw something
Yeah,
together.
absolutely. Pawpaw, is that like Tennessee for daddy?
No, that's like Grandpappy, you know?
Oh, I see.
I might call you.
So this is the moment Bill Maher realizes not only does she not look at him in a sexual manner, keep in mind, I mean, I'm in my 30s, but she's 21. So a 67-year-old to a 21-year-old girl. I mean, might as well be 80. Might as well be 90. I mean, Bill Maher's what, 45 years older than she is? So yeah, he's trying to set her up with an 80-year-old. She's serious too. I mean, she's kind of joking a little bit, but Bill Maher's like, if you only knew my history. My history is Playboy Mansion. Well, that's Bill Maher and Hawk Tuah. I hope they have another interview, because the first half is good. The second half is a little on the boring side. But yeah, I think Hawk Tuah is going to be with Haliey Welch around for a little while. She has kind of a rough and tumble attitude, and that kind of a cute southern accent, but also kind of a tomboy. But she's also good looking. You know, you can pull off the tomboy thing. As long as you look good. Whatever. Guys, we don't care. Sure. You want me to hold the door for you? Whatevs. Alright. Well, good luck, Bill Maher. I hope he gets set up with her grandma. And you finally get someone your own age. And stay away from the Playboy bunnies.